Welcome to the Shaddo Show.
Good evening. Long time no see. The nobody that watches this shit, but that's fine. Today, I want to talk about world peace. And that's like the peace where it's not all these countries fighting each other. The world stage, not just this played out fucking shit show. It's a possibility. It's not a possibility, it really is an inevitability. And how is it possible? It's everything that's observable outside of Earth. Everything is so much bigger than us. And right now, our species is just trapped in this place, fighting over things, being subjected to what happens on the planet weather wise. Like a real world peace, guys. And when I say it's an inevitability, it's like it has to occur, right? Or else we don't go anywhere else. Or else we just become extinct. Or consumed by a larger, more advanced species. And everything on Earth in the past 150 years indicates that something has been assisting us in certain ways. Or it's us. Alright. How do we get to build our own understanding of how this technology works? How do we build the technology that allow us to go beyond Sol, our sun, go beyond our solar system, outside the Oort cloud, which is exceptionally far away. And it's not going to be through propellants and gases and shit like that, no. Obviously, nuclear energy is involved. Magnets, electromagnetism involved. Alright, this is just the technological standpoint. There's only like that way forward where you're not going to be able to react to anything to be able to fall into world peace. Every logical model shows mutually assured destruction if we go down a violent path against one another. Even if the nukes don't work, where are we at now? If we can mass produce billions of cell phones, we can mass produce billions of drones, right? It's something that we have to evolve into by evolving beyond reactions. And like in a civilized society, people behave civilly, right? Go to the grocery store. We have farmers that can bring their crops in. Lawyers, banks, civil control, right? But as we can see in America right now, the market ain't so hot. It ain't so free. It is obviously a control mechanism, and, well, historically, people don't like slavery. They don't like being trapped in boxes. They like to think freely and be free. You know, the illusion will fade, whatever this manicured place is, but like, how do we rise above all the bullshit? Because everyone's developing intuition now. They understand things aren't right. And here in America, specifically, left and right, it's a huge fucking problem. Because it's just an exceptional division. You guys got to rise above that noise. I'm not talking about like take up arms or anything like that, but just stop reacting to the bullshit that occurs. Everything is bullshit. Yeah, they're doing those things, and it's wrong. And it's bullshit. And all they're trying to do is generate a reaction. But we got to stop reacting to things. We got to start being proactive. Not as Californians or Texans, but as Americans. That thing that helped us get through everything, thick and thin, was always each other. It wasn't the government. Alright. It's just, these are small steps that we could take, but like if we did a pivot, and we're just honest about what we know about the world, you know, our history in it. The Book of Enoch, right? The shit that came before that, the giants. There's more out there than just this cookie cutter shit. They're trying to whitewash everything, and I mean, they're putting us back in the opposite direction. So it's like we got exceptionally smart, got our hands on nuclear weapons. Someone gave us the idea to make them, and that might be the crux of it right there. It's like, well, war is happening again, and we'll carry the biggest sticks, and everyone will fall in line. But that's a primitive peace. That's like if a caveman wanted to make peace. That's stupid. Why? Because, well, the soul doesn't want to be controlled like that, or whatever we are. But there is a peace to be had. We can do it short, we can wait 1,000 years for it, whatever. But like, dude, all the tech that we've developed, you know, life is exceptionally good. The quality of life has gone up around the planet, thanks largely in part to the tech that we have. And the way it occurs to me is that our society has effectively become like a rat maze. There's different looking rats speaking different languages. Every country has its own maze. Whatever. But it's something that we have to agree to. Alright? And like genuinely agree to. You can't sit around waiting for people who profit from the system as it is to actually want to change it. It's going to take a lot of people waking up in the United States to begin with. Just being like, okay, wow, I come from 15 generations of people that did the same thing. And realizing that's the coding of the Matrix. It becomes ingrained in our DNA who we are and what we do. And how do we break that? How do we break free of those cycles? And it's all about changing cycles. Individually and at every level other, outside of yourself. So when I talk world peace, right? Well, we all exist in our own little world. On Earth, There's like 8 billion different experiences occurring at the same time. America has like 350, 335 million different experiences same time. Everyone came out of someone else, supposedly. And everything that you know comes from where your body has traveled. The things that's occurred to it. What others told it. And that might be fine and well for a lot of people out there. When you measure it on your own individual scale. But when you apply that lens on a higher level and you look at regions, I mean, like, if you, one fundamental understanding that I've developed in life is that if anyone else in this world was exposed and experienced life the exact same way that I have, you would be exactly where I am. And maybe that's why we have such a colossal shakeup of inconsistent life experiences. Because at the end of the day, maybe that's the truth. Is that we are all just the same thing, experiencing life in its own way. The consciousness is the universe looking in on itself. So the ability to meditate, right? Introspect. When you approach the abyss between your ears and you start looking around, you know, being with yourself. And your perspective, that's your world. Right? A lot of people live in their own little worlds. And then we exist in reality amongst each other. So what you think of the world is shaped by what you've lived in the world. And the vast majority of people will never really learn their true powers until they do something different. Until they break that cycle in their own generational cycles and do something different. When you actually change your vibrational frequency to something higher versus lower. Because sometimes, dude, life just keeps fucking certain people down, you know? Poverty is a great way to make sure that someone has a bad time. Maybe that's what some of this is, you know? Some of these people just want you guys to not enjoy this at all, like they're enjoying it. Up until we go into another war and there's no choice for some stupid shit to happen. It's all really fucking primitive. Especially when we have the technology to connect everybody. We know exactly how to make people lose their fucking minds out there. How to push them into doing wild shit. We can, give pleasure to people. Know how to make them not do those things. It's a lot of manipulation. It's not a real genuine existence out there. Every war has taken convincing for people to go fight. For me, 9/11, that got my ass in Afghanistan. All right. Did it unite America? It caused America to react. And then the Patriot Act happened. And everything after that. It was like, maybe all of this bad shit's just the plan. Why would they do that? Why would they betray their own people? I mean, guys, it's a simple conversation to have, you know? There's no money in cures. You can only profit off treating symptoms. Never treat the root cause. The symptoms will keep appearing. And what's the symptoms? Well, let's look at how this thing has evolved, right? So World War One, they called it shell shock syndrome, all right? People came back all fucked up. A lot of people don't talk about PTSD and how that has changed names pretty much every conflict. And yeah, it's cycles. It traps people in cycles, Anxiety, depression, all that shit. It's just, they well, we have marijuana, right? But they'd rather have everyone doing alcohol because that adds more cycles, right? Depressant, and I mean, this is just how America's been dealing with it. Because no one really talks about that short term memory loss, the memory loss in general with depression. No one really talks about how Corona, the virus itself, how it impacted the human brain. Remember people talking about long COVID? Oh shit, what's happened since that post long COVID situation? Made in China. All right, cool. Why would they target us like that? Target the whole world. Well, they actually took a fat hit during that time. What's going on? Someone's pulling the strings. Is it us? Is it another species? And why aren't we changing direction? Why aren't we doing anything really different? People hate America. We're rude, selfish. Our government is so ass backwards and the people are just so complicit with it. Like, the world has seen us go up to the top and come right back down. And they see how the wealthy have fed on us. Everyone. Right? Everything's a fucking scam. There's no social safety nets or anything like that. It's just everyone's getting robbed in this country. And you guys are just like blindly going with it. Left or right. Whatever if you are looking at the United States of America as a left or right, then you're what's wrong with it, because it's just the United States. State rights, right? Well, what states' rights to do what? Because on Texas side, it looks like, all the money's on the east side, the far east, and essentially like slave labor, west of 35. Seems pretty true. You got lots of oil fields way out there. It's just these state lines are imaginary, including the lines of the countries. The rules and regulations. Like, it's all some intertwined machine. But people aren't that, They're just so used to just following the rules all the time. They don't question anything. And when they're presented with irrefutable evidence of bad things, they don't change course. So, the parallels between now and World War II are pretty staggering. Or the time before World War II. It's the same but different. And we will never be free of this shit until we take it. That's just the truth of it. It's like seeing all these fucking people don't tread on me, bro. They've been treading on you fucks for fucking ever. And you're mad at Democrats when you're all fucking in Republican states. blame politicians, but then you guys seed resentment towards each other. We need unity. We don't need more violence. We don't need another war. We don't need another conflict. We sure as fuck don't need another civil war. That's what they want. Why? Well, there's technology out there that would bring world peace in a heartbeat. 0 point energy, the ability to harness the sun's energy, the planet's energy. You don't need to be living and every day just to go to work to not be able to make ends meet or have a future. When they print the money and they declare it's not like, you know, I don't know if people remember that video 2008 during the market crash where there's people protesting on the street and then there's like these rich fucks on Wall Street just celebrating and laughing at them above, you know. It's stupid. It's real dumb. And like, it feels like the only way these people will ever learn is to be humbled, to lose it all. But even then, that's not going to teach them how to be a decent fucking human being. And I see this behavior in rich and poor people. You know, how do we treat our worst in this society? Yeah, there's terrible people, terrible, violent fucking people out there. And the most violent, evil fuckers, the ones that'll run into a room and shoot everyone in there and get the fuck out of there before anyone realizes what happens. The most elite trained killers we have the highest level of clearances. It's wild. And they will never, like, it's like they won't ever give you guys weed. Because they know weed starts that process of making peace. They will, however, make sure that you have access to, like, if you go down that path, you know, if you like drugs, all right, all of a sudden you're going to be doing fentanyl. And, you know, everyone wants to say, oh, it's China versus this, or us versus Russia, or whatever, dude. All these countries at the top are working together, all right? That's just the fact of the matter. And I think it's because someone's got them by the balls. Everything that we see is monkey see, monkey do. And, well, someone's showing these people that terrible shit will happen if they don't listen. That's fucked up. Because, well, is it our planet or not, guys? There's 10 billion human beings on here. I haven't seen any aliens in this realm, right? Just yet. What's fucking stopping us, guys? When's it gonna happen? We don't need to devolve into another fucking conflict or anything like that. At this point, at this day and age, we just need to agree that people need certain things to survive, be happy. We gotta start taking care of the species. We can't even do that. We refuse to let go of our individualistic bullshit to open the door to anything better or longer lasting. The United States can't even be united, guys. We can put that on Corona. We can put that on Patriot Act. We can put that on the bullshit conflicts. We can put that on the greedy corporations like Halliburton, BlackRock. And we should. Because that is where it's at. It's the money. Like I said, there's no money in the cure. So if everybody had electricity, we weren't so obligated, right? Property taxes and shit like that. Like, we can build the machines. But all they're doing is creating dependence on the state. Instead of creating dependency on each other. Which is what it always is, guys. I mean, You know, we built roads to cities before there were cars or cities. Okay, people have forethought here. Don't be confused. Don't act like, whoa, we don't know what's going on. No, the whole fucking thing is a stage. They just want to be able to control you. That's it, and it works. You guys get up and go to work every day. You pay your bills, and you don't really question anything, do anything different. It's like, y'all ain't free. No one's free here. I think the most free people we have is the ones on the street doing drugs. And everyone thinks it's like the poor people's fault, you know? Like ICE. I mean, the stuff with ICE, right? You can't even trust your intel people anymore. It's fucked. Are we, you know, is there Al Qaeda, Jordanians, and shit trying to take us out? You know, do we have Russian people deliver these fuckers into U.S. soil? Might have been Operation Lone Star, probably. It explains everything. I know what I saw when I was in Operation Lone Star. Those people weren't fucking just fucking families and shit. They're soldiers and officers, and gang members, unhealed broken noses, and gang prison tattoos. You know. And for the length of that shit ran, that was a very long time. So this whole thing is very premeditated. And you guys need to let go of left and right, okay? It's a poor show. And I think in order for them to cover up whatever the fuck they've been doing with the non-human intelligence UAP stuff, the reverse engineering, they'll do anything to cover that up. Because, well, who's stealing the people? Who's kidnapping them? Doing the abductions, right? Because you can't have one without all of this other shit being true. And I know what I've personally seen out there. I've seen them. I've talked to them with my mind. Specifically, like a little fucking Tic Tac thing or whatever it was. And yeah, that happened. There's a lot more going on out there than they want us to know. Now we need to stop reacting to the bullshit that occurs in front of us. Okay? They're deporting people that are here legally. Fucking A, let's do that. But at the end of the day, after they do all this bullshit, eventually you got to take the money back from the wealthy. Because everything in this society, it's a one-way street. It's all nickel and dime bullshit. It's a very greedy, stupid fucking society. It's sick, and it's gonna die, alright? The way this is, it has to go. We need to be united. Simple as that. Because right now, we're divided. And as that occurs, well, we're being conquered. These politicians are all bought and paid for. They're all dancing a dance, left and right, dude. Epstein files need to come out. Because that's, you start developing trust through being honest, being transparent. And yeah, that's damning shit. One thing I can see that most people agree on is hurting kids is fucking wrong. But we still do it every fucking day. Suicide bomber that hit me in Afghanistan. That shit went off near Afghan National Army patrol, and they had a bunch of kids around them. I heard a bunch of kids. Burn them, crisp them. Some shit you see, you never forget. You know? Uvalde happened. School shootings happen a lot here. And America's always had these guns. School shootings has, you know, it's not that, this is a recent development. Definitely seems to correlate with MK Ultra. Something doesn't want us to be united. Our cities are just pretty much chaos. There's lots of evil that exists in rural communities too. You can follow the meth. It's usually a good indicator to find these types. Cocaine too. It's another tool they have, but mostly it's meth. So I speak primarily to America because that's where I'm at right now. But we've forgotten what it's like to be a decent countryman, to be good neighbors. Somehow it became everything about, if you don't see things the exact same way that I do, then you're no good to me. People have been indoctrinated, trained to react to words, right? Anything that deals with being a community, pretty much. Everything's super individualistic, which is a fallacy, logical fallacy, because people rely on each other all the time. All the time. If you're on the freeway, you are absolutely relying on everyone else around you to not smack the shit out of you with their vehicle. And likewise. It's just, we run on this shit 24/7, but then we act like, well, it's not even acting. Our own worlds are only dependent upon our effort, our input, until you get like a mark on you from the eye in the sky. Then you're just cursed, right? Which seems to happen to a lot of folks out there. It's an over-optimized society that really doesn't need all these people. That's why they're doing what they're doing right now. And that's how they treat you guys. Like a commodity. Like cattle. Like fucking, like a work animal. That's fucked up. Because the work is supposed to end. We're not just supposed to work forever in perpetuity. Okay, we're supposed to build buildings that last. We're supposed to be able to have the ability to sit down and grow beyond where we're at currently, spiritually. Alright? Mentally. How do we do it? Well, if enough people listen to the right people, we'll get there. The only problem is that the only people that are placed in front of you guys on social media or TV or whatever, it's the ones they put in front of you. Okay, so they just want pundits. They want people that are just going to be talking left and right, divisive. Anyone that speaks like me, like Bernie Sanders, they'll just keep him around. Nothing will ever change. There's a reason why Congress becomes millionaires as soon as you get in there. Insider trading. They sacrifice all their constituents for made up monopoly money. While people suffer and die. They get raped, they get murdered, molested as kids, violent assaults. It's absolute fucking lunacy. It's they do not give us the opportunity to grow beyond this. Who's they? Fucking take a pick. The American military industrial complex needs to have people suffering in their cities and their hometowns. So they have that need to get the fuck out of there. But hey, you're too poor to do it. The only way to do it's going to be to join the military. Hope you guys see this cycle. And if you don't go, you're going to do something local there. And whatever that opportunity is dependent upon who your parents are. So that could be, girls, don't start. No. No. Your opportunity is based on whatever your parents do. That's why people follow in the same footsteps of their parents. The whole thing relies on not changing about anything. And the second people start wanting to not do that bullshit, all of a sudden we're being invaded by terrorists. Alright? Some stupid fucking bullshit. Oh, all the brown people, we gotta get them out. Are you fucking kidding me? And if you guys can't realize that this is the same energy, that it's different now, okay? 100 years ago, this stupidity was the same thing. Alright? Germany, World War II led up into that. Except now it is decentralized. It operates under great propaganda, which is, you don't know where it's coming from, but it still shifts opinion. And it's not just America that's suffering through this. It's a lot of different countries. Even China, right? They're all doing the same thing. Everyone here is being impacted by the same thing. How far are you guys going to go with this shit? How dumb do you think people are? Obviously, it's not going to work, right? So we have enough people conscious enough to realize this ain't right. And they're called left, right? If it ain't right. And then we have, there's like a couple different groups. The ones that support the shit outright. A lot of them are veterans, and they're beating his kids. You know, they've lived violent lives, and it's worked out for them. They were able to make careers out of that pain. Law enforcement, right? We got alcohol in every corner. Good luck getting weed, right? Because they know. Weed starts it. Psilocybin really helps it too. You know, helps undo all this bullshit. But they'll keep those legal because they want you guys on their pills, paying money to their doctors. It's all bullshit. Okay. Type 1 civilization. We can control the energy output from the planet. Coming from the sun, coming from the geothermals. Alright? You don't need rules for that. You don't need taxation for that. You don't need money for that. You just need agreement. You need to agree that people don't need to be put down like dogs in the street. You need to agree that we're all sharing the same kind of consciousness here. The human body works the same. The pain we feel, it shapes the way we are. And a lot of people just fall into these traps. And generations of prisoners, convicts, felons, generations of pain, generations of wealth. You know, there's people that just have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Their life has been honky-dory the whole time. And it's like, what is this guy talking about? Truth is, none of that's important. The only thing that matters is peace. For people. For all of us. Not just America, but between all nations. Because we are on one singular planet. And this whole place really does look like something else is pulling people's strings. The technology that we have needs to be put to connecting us, not filtering opinion. All right. Some people love their echo chambers, though. There's a lot of hate-filled echo chambers out there, and a lot of people just don't want to ever let go of that hate. So, how do we break these cycles? From the top down. Whatever's happening with democracy, it's been going on for generations. You guys somehow got conned into voting in stupid, pointless fucking things instead of basic human rights. You know, if we have the ability to put every single person that volunteers into a fighting position, we have the same ability to put everyone into a fucking house. Everyone. Now, who cares if you're a druggy, homeless motherfucker? Give them a little fucking something. Alright? You don't want to see them on the street? Don't put them in a jail. Because there's real criminals out there. Still running around fucking hurting people. Robbing people. And why are they doing that? That's all they've known. They come from a really poor place. Really painful place. You guys aren't helping them. You're judging them. All you fuckers do is judge everything. Except your fucking selves. And how you don't judge how you fall into the hole, right? Your contributions to society is paying taxes. Then all you're doing is that you're quietly enabling all this bullshit. How do we affect change? Well, mass amounts. We stop putting quarters in the machine. Here in America, we fixed that real quick. Stop going to work. Yep, let everything fall apart. There's not enough people to come get you. Okay? They don't give a fuck about me. I'm broke as a joke. I've never made more than $100K in a year. Never. Rarely above $60K. My whole life. These past few years, this year I'm at 0. Last year, 30, if that. And I've never been more at peace. All this shit's a noise. It's a shake-up. It's a distraction. It's a lie. It's a cover-up. Obfuscation. They just keep you guys going. They're just buying time. That's why time is money. Because instead of us spending it wisely, they give us this made-up monopoly thing in exchange for our existence. Instead of us agreeing that everyone needs to eat, shit, sleep, fuck, learn, you know? Everything but just being good, decent human beings. Every day bad news. Every day another story being told. Another show to be watched. They keep most Americans exceptionally passive. You're pacified. Birth control hormones in the water. Anyone? Right? Fluoride in the water. Calcification of the pineal gland. Weed and psilocybin helps awaken that shit. There's true knowledge for inner peace, right? Or we can do it from the top down. We got someone in the White House that can clean our water, hold the banks accountable, break the cycles on the American war machine, and say fuck it all and be honest about what we have. And there's been lots of people that have come forward being honest about what we have. And what's out there. Yeah, we're obviously not alone. No shit. People have been watching us, observing us, seeing how we develop. Because what we are may just be alien to this planet. Maybe the DNA itself. the raw coding that makes up life. Could be proprietary technology, you know? I think therefore I am. All right. We need to start doing the right thing. Stop being so fucking angry. Being honest about what stresses us out. It's those fucking bills. It's that mortgage. It's those property taxes. It's the annual tax time shit. It's because we don't take care of each other that we're so stressed out. And the basic function of government is that. Ensure basic needs are met. If not, what's the point? Right? And right now, I'm telling you guys, with what we do have and what they're sitting on, they want us to devolve into another civil war. They want us divided more than anything else. And it's, I don't know, it's high time. I think everyone's fucking done with this bullshit. Everyone. Don't let the money get in there, all right? If all of a sudden you got a platform where you're getting millions of people watching you, and yeah, stick to your guns, motherfucker. Don't be a bitch. All right? Don't fucking pussy out. You got to know what's right. And yeah, the whole point of these fucking wars is that no one else needs to fight them. Okay? We can make a society where it's not everyone gets the same experience to a certain point. Because no matter what, we're still going to be individuals, all right, in a group setting. That's always going to be how it is. You're always going to have your consciousness, okay? You want to see that brainwashing shit? Go to any of those fucking churches down south, you know, where they shelter child molesters and shit like that. It's not just Catholics, you know, Southern Baptists and shit. They got you guys brainwashed. They got you guys thinking like broken ass groupthink, you know? It's just everyone could feel it's not right. Shit doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We want to have peace. Why are we working still 5-day work weeks? Why are we working at all? Don't even get me started on why the minimum wage is still $7. Why can't we do better? Why can't we be friends? Why can't they make things more equitable? Right? More bitcoins, more digital currencies, more AI farms. All right, they're building a system where people aren't needed. But they're not building a system where people are taken care of. If you guys can't see that, alright, I don't give a fuck what you think you're doing right now that's helping society, but it ain't. It ain't. We ain't got but one life to live. Some states get it. Some states don't. Texas. Texas is the biggest problem. Followed closely by Florida. 100%. Followed by Washington, D.C. Yeah, you don't need all that money, guys. Money isn't everything. Money isn't fucking anything, okay? You don't take anything with you when you go. You just take your knowledge and experiences. I'll be damned if I can't see a better way. All right, I'm going to keep speaking to it. I don't care how impossible people say it is, but you know, I've walked away from a lot of impossible things, so. And miracles happen every day. You just got to be looking for them, listening for it. I think in my last episode I said, watch out, because something in my head was like, August 17th, something's going to happen. And I couldn't tell if it was for me or for the world. But it was for me ish. Fucking out of nowhere, water heater exploded. Had to get it repaired and fixed and all that stuff. Stop.
Yeah, come here. Yes, you want to come up? Okay, come on, Diva. Yes, my little precious. Oh, yes, oh, thank you. Oh, sniff, snarf.
Yeah, it's like something, I gotta listen to my body when something sticks out of my head. And since I've been doing that, I feel like I've avoided certain traps laid out for me, trying to get me caught up. And, why can't we just go, why? Because they don't want people challenging them at the top, but they need to be challenged at the fucking top. It doesn't need to be through violence. It needs to be through civil discourse. We have to do these things. We have to flip that switch. We have to start uniting, not dividing, hurting other people. Every 100 years we get tested. And right now we're failing the test again. Right? Yeah. We should be able to be friends with everybody. Yes. Oh, yes, we should. Uh-huh. We need to be able to be happy. Yeah. We need to be able to be happy. Uh-huh. Oh, this dog. Oh, this girl. You're stretching it out. Yes, Boopa. What you want? What more? You just want to give hugs? Okay, Diva. Okay, kisses. Okay. She looks so big, but she's like very small. She's a very tiny girl. She's very tiny. Yes, she's a very little dog. Oh, there she goes. Yes, such a little itty bitty girl. I thought Diva here was supposed to be a big girl. I really thought you were gonna be a big dog. And now I think this is it, Diva. You're a little forever puppy. How did Ooh, is that you? Is that you? Look at that. It is you. Oh, what? What? No. World peace, guys. How does it start? Well, we need to legalize weed and psilocybin. That right there, 100%. Today I like hanging out on Facebook and adding everyone I can. And when I see something, I see something, I say something. If I got a little light that goes off in the back of my head, I'm gonna say something, right? And I happened to come across a dude, former ranger, who's been suffering from ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, like lock-in syndrome. He's been suffering from that for 4 years, and it's a degenerative disease, right? And I looked into that disease, and it's like inflammation in the brain and stuff like that can cause stuff like that. And it dawned on me like, oh, hey, psilocybin, because I got knocked my noodle a couple times. I have been known to be depressed. All that drinking does make you very depressed. Losing my dad, the grief and all that stuff, all the bad shit that I've gone through almost sucks starting my AR, right? I looked into it. And because psilocybin's considered like illegal, there's been no studies or research on its impacts on ALS or anything like that. So I feel like there might be a way, right? Because the neurogenesis effects of psilocybin, I think, might actually be able to treat, possibly cure that disease, at least stymie the spread of it. So I made it like a little mission. You know, I reached out to that guy, added him, talked to him. Turns out he's never tried it. So I'm like, okay, stand by. And you know, I've put feelers out, and I'm looking for people to help me get this dude some psilocybin. And he's in Washington, so if you're watching this and you want to help me out, just send me a private message. But I've reached out to several veteran groups, Marine groups. Found one guy that's in the area that said he might help. I gave him the mission details, and I'm just waiting to hear back on that. But it's like, dude, marijuana was the start of my healing process. Marijuana and my pup Dixie, you know? Yes. All the dogs want to come on, Luna. Come on, Luna. Up. You want to come up here now? You want to go on the show? Come on, Luna. Diva, you don't get to have all the attention all the time. Come here, Luna. Up. Come on, Luna. Up here. Up.
Oh, there she is. Oh, now this is a big dog. Oh, yes. Now this is a big one. Oh.
But yeah, I reached out to that guy and another Marine, and I'm gonna try and make this work. See what happens. I also reached out to the ALS Foundation, specifically the research people, and I was like, you guys need to do fucking research on that, because all these nonprofits for all these diseases, dude. And if psilocybin's always been the cure for these things, you know, this whole fucking, like, because there's two sides of this, right? I'm either right or I'm wrong, and if I'm right, then I'm right, and I'm usually right. I am a lot more right than I'm not. I went out, I was like, I'm going to go, because once I start working on these abilities, because we do have these abilities, and these abilities got woken up through marijuana and psilocybin. Intuition, ESP, telepathy, reading minds, reading energy, right? Something like that. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go buy a winning lottery ticket. And I fucking did. You know, did that a few months ago. And, yeah, this one actually ended up winning. I didn't cash it in. It was, you know, the universe has some sweet irony, you know. You can buy a lottery ticket, a winning lottery ticket, but I didn't specify the amount, so it's only like $18. But still, you know, the fact I did that. And then I was like, okay, I bought a box of Pokemon cards. I'm like, I'm going to get Charizard. And then, like, I fucking pulled one right out of there, you know. Stupid shit. And when I say I could do the same thing with world peace, I absolutely fucking can. I can. Let me cook, guys. You know, if I had all the money in America, all right, or if I at least had if I had the attention of the people with all the money, we could affect rapid change. But that's the thing. You gotta stop being greedy. Okay? You gotta stop trying to fucking control everything. Seriously. Historically, now that there's a few million of these fucking nasty creatures out there with all the money, what did we do last year, or last century, when this happened? How did that work out for those that would not take care of their common men? How did it start? Crystal Night, right? The book burnings, the secret police. Now they're just rounding up poor people. You guys got to see what's happening here. It's gonna go. They want it to go bad because they don't want to have anyone knowing what they know, and it's like knowing that peace was always an option. It's fucking stupid. And right now the South is being exploited. All right. Specifically to try and get them to do that sort of shit. So we gotta unite. There's only one enemy of anyone. All right. It's the ones that tell you what to do. It's like you can't just leave shit alone. We want to be left alone. We want to live in peace, and they won't let us live in peace because somehow now everything's digitally controlled. The algorithm will ensure that you have to drive so many miles. Like, I'm already never going to get a job again. I already know that. Just because of who I am, outspoken, and how much knowledge I do contain. It's like, once you know, you know. It's really hard to shut the fuck up about it. And I'm over it. Okay, they're just gonna fucking fuck with everybody until they get you to do some stupid evil shit that damns your soul to be here for another generation or two. Reincarnation's come and it has nothing to do with your family. They'll just bounce, come out of some other vagina somewhere else, start it over again. It's important that we all unite and start having conversations about consciousness and the afterlife. Okay, religions are great. That was fun. Okay, they serve their purpose. And the whole concept of like marrying only one wife, right, and penalizing any splits from that. It's because it's about time management. Okay, it's a lot easier to control one married couple with 2.5 kids than it is to manage the people that get divorced 5 or 6 times with like a dozen kids. All right. They're just spreading that seed everywhere. Goes crazy. Being a type 1 civilization has absolutely nothing to do with money. Okay? Weapons or violence or anything like that. We are such an intelligent species. Okay? We've been taught how to do all sorts of things. We've learned how to do so much things. We've reverse engineered how things are and how they work. We got to start applying that knowledge holistically. We got to start being holistic about our people. And if you don't know what holistic means, that just means you're everything. Okay? Anything and everything to help. People, knowledge, technology, all right, science, math, engineering, everything, knowledge, all right, everyone being able to help. We look at some of the other happiest countries that we have out there. Socialized healthcare, education, right, food and water. Like, government knows what it needs to do to take care of its people, but America is somehow this sick fucking perverted thing where the people are more like livestock than anything else. And that's because there's something at the very top that's fucking with it. It might not be entirely human. It might not be alien. It might just be something, an old piece of technology, all right? Like 2001: A Space Odyssey, 2010, the year we first made contact. That's what my dad said. And honestly, that makes the most sense because what I see is these fucking scumbags will never pull the trigger, but they will gladly order other people to do these things. And there seems to be no shortage of people to question these orders. We got to draw the lines. Okay? We got to understand we all have the same common enemy. And even though they've paid you well to keep doing whatever you're doing. Sweetie, you just...
I have a serial killer. I only have one shot.
Sweetie, of course you somehow turn on the TV with your tail. Sweetie, do you want to come up on my lap? Or what? He was like, okay, I want now. I want more again, me now. Again, because I'm cute. But these are like, it's America's a real simple thing to fix, okay? Republican, okay? Top-down changes that people can't say no to. Because we need to move fast, okay? We can't let money get in the way of making decisions for the betterment of the entire country. No more selfish bullshit. Okay? I'm going to be walking my 2,000 miles, guys. I said in a couple weeks. I don't know if I could do it in a couple weeks. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all my gear in that amount of time. And plus, it's fucking hot out there. So I might wait until it gets a little cooler. Yes.
And I don't want to leave my girls. No, I don't. No. I don't want to leave you girls. No. Oh.
But dude, I'm gonna go. We gotta do this, guys. Like, I want to start helping people, healing them. All right. Psilocybin cubensis is gonna be a big part of that. Marijuana also. People get anxiety from marijuana. Well, that's because it activates your pineal gland, and your anxiety is just you looking forward. Okay. Speak to what you see in your mind. Takes the weight off it. You can check it out with other people. See if it's actually a threat or not. Most of the time, it's just these greedy fucking people, this fascist Gestapo bullshit, papers, please. Goddamn, dude, it's just stupid. Nobody paid attention to school. And, like, it's just stupid. And what I do know is that we're not alone. They are watching. And they're just waiting for us to do the right thing. It doesn't involve harming anyone. Compassion. Empathy. Being able to express emotion as a stoic male, right? It starts there. Individually, right? You can make peace with your own world. That's easy. It's just accepting what happened, accepting who you are in things, becoming self-aware to the level of your own actions, and wanting better, you know? It's genuine, it's easy, it's free, costs no money. You only need to really account to yourself. No one else. This doesn't need to be an externally validated thing. Empathy and compassion comes from understanding that other people are just the exact same thing as you. And that they experience life as they experience life. Everyone comes out of a different pussy, you know? Different colors, different words, different locations. Same cycle. A start and an end. A rise and a fall. Every day. Pain can be measured, and its impacts on how we are and the things we do.
Diva, you're licking my toes and it's gross. Quit sucking my toes, dog. Yeah, oh my god, Diva. She's like, you're talking too much.
But it's like, okay, world peace, guys, it's a real fucking easy concept. It starts with you. Okay? And if you don't see any problem with who you are in life, there's not a problem. It's just measuring and accepting that life occurred the way to you, you know, it occurred that way to you because it did. Okay. And life occurs to everyone differently. It doesn't excuse terrible behavior, but if we don't start understanding the causation behind things, then these issues are always going to keep repeating. Okay, school shootings, homicides, assaults, burglaries, robberies. You know, it's endemic. And the society that fails to treat and manage these problems is doomed to repeat them indefinitely. Okay? And we got to break these cycles. And that's what I like to do. That's what I want to do. You know, I can do it from the top down. I've tried it from the bottom up for the past 20 years, and it doesn't work. I've shown people a better way. I've touched people. And then I got hurt a bunch, and I got nasty. Everything. This place has done everything it can to break my ass. Break my family. But ain't gonna work. We are allowed to exist. People are allowed to be happy. You don't need to fuck with them. You need to respect them. Like, we should really learn to respect each other. And a lot of people don't know what respect means. It means admire them. Okay? We should admire each other. Every day, I talk to people I admire. People that have suffered ridiculous amounts of pain. Been betrayed at every level. And they're still out there doing good things. Trying to help other people. And it has nothing to do with fucking money. There will be a reckoning. A lot of you fucking people out there are like, ooh, yeah, God. No, man. It's just a more advanced species, okay? God is the earth. God is the universe, right? There's multiverses, right? We live in a fucking sea of foam. Bubbles above, below, left and right, forward and behind. Bubbles within bubbles, right? Interdimensional existences. Whatever. It's all called inversion. Everything keeps you fucking distracted from how fucking much bullshit there is going on in the world right now today. And how stupid it fucking is. And how intentional it is. See, when those people came over Operation Paperclip for MK Ultra, okay? They already knew what they were doing when they got here. In fact, it was all coordinated. They showed up the day it happened off a boat, alright? Probably multiple boats. How many people infested our nation during that time? I mean, the truth is, this place didn't have the means to document them then, and they sure as fuck can't do it now either. But the greedy fucking yahoos that are running the show here are the reason why everyone's having a bad fucking time. Okay? All the gas we pay is supposed to there's gas tax, right? It's supposed to go to repairing the highways and shit. Texas, you see nothing but road work for fucking generations. All right? These projects put people's kids through college. It's just fucking milking the system. And it's like they don't know how to be accountable. But they sure as fuck know how to harass poor people for smoking a joint. Stealing food to make ends meet. Alright, to feed themselves. Whatever. God, it's such a dumbass fucking country. I'm not gonna be like, you guys deserve what's coming next. But we need to wake up to whatever the fuck this nonsense is. Because the world peace needs to happen. Okay, we need to all latch on to the concept of being a type 1 civilization. Or type 0. Okay, that means we got our ass kicked by the wind. We're fucking stupid. Okay? We can make this place copacetic, if you will. We don't need this bullshit. We don't need any more wars. We don't need any more taxes. We don't need any more debt. We don't need any more of that greedy. Look at my nose. I know. I think I come from a secret lineage of greedy people. The greed is killing us, guys. Minimum wage is still $7. Okay, you ain't going nowhere 40 hours a week on $7 an hour when you're getting taxed at 30%. Okay, you're just not gonna fucking do anything. You can't even. Good luck having a car payment and having somewhere to park and live out of a vehicle. Okay. Good luck getting a job after making mistakes. Get a DUI or two. Oh, you're done. Apparently, it's just ass. We need to forgive, remove records, stop penalizing people. We also need to stop paying them so little, working them so much. It's just control, control, control. But all they're gonna do is, well, it doesn't last very long until the people snap. And they want you guys to snap. But I'm saying that snap is anticipated, and they'll react hammer and fist. Because how do you, the same thing that got all these people to do the Operation Lone Star, and it's like 140,000 a year. It's the same amount they're paying ICE now to do the same stupid bullshit, except in reverse. And they won't, at this point, with federal agents, they're not going to take anyone like me. Because marijuana is not legal, or I have a record, or whatever. Even if I wanted to help this place in that capacity. Which, it's not, no. It's mean. It's evil. Empathy and compassion is not weakness, okay? It's like ascending to a higher purpose. Rising above the bullshit. Everyone in the South doesn't fucking get it. They don't see that they're falling into their trap, and they're just doing whatever. If they put money on the ground and you dance to that tune, you are not a free thinker. You are not a free person. You are a slave to money, and that's all they're trying to do is make slaves again. And they do. They have it. You guys are locked in. You guys think taxes are real. Y'all think money is real. Y'all think money is more real than the people, and that's the fucking illness. We can fix it. You guys already know how I would go about that. 4-year mandatory national service. We disband policing like it is. All right. We make community policing, community-oriented policing done by the people in their communities, like civil fucking service as it is. Okay. Make it like jury duty. Yeah. You guys don't need to work this much. Okay. You're going to control the wages. No. Either you guys make these changes and wake the fuck up, or it's all going to go away. That's how it goes in the end. China doesn't want to fuck with us unless they have to. And they will, because they see the threat. I'm not worried about Russia. In fact, looking at Ukraine-Russia conflict, okay, the history of Ukraine, okay, if it wasn't for us effectively breaking up the USSR, then, right, if it wasn't for the Cold War, and why did the Cold War happen? Well, Russia beat Nazis up until they realized, like, oh shit, they all went to North and South America. Okay. The only thing that matters is peace, guys. We need to put value in peace. Put stock in peace. We have to stop profiting off of pain. We need to stop profiting off of shit. We need to put people before profits. Simple shit. There's no money in the cure, guys. That's why there will never be a cure until we fucking take it. And we don't have, there's no violence involved. It just takes everyone to stop participating. Stop going to work. Where there's a lot of fucking fuds out there in their 50s and 60s and shit that just, they're fucking ingrained in this shit. They don't have this new update that a lot of us have, you know, the millennials and beyond. It'll change, guys. Mark my fucking words. In my lifetime, people are going to adapt and overcome this bullshit. They're going to wake up. They're already waking up to it. They just don't know how to see it on the other end. Well, as soon as someone sees what I'm talking about, they'll be like, oh, all right, yep, that makes sense. But you guys, we got to stand in the same place and look at the same outcomes. All right? We got to want the same outcome for everybody. Not just, I'm just tired of hearing from fucking idiots at this point that are just so ingrained into the way things are that they can't see anything different. Shut the fuck up. This shit doesn't work. It's going to kill us all if we don't fucking stop and change and pivot. And I get it. You guys can't see it. It has to come from the top down. We don't need another civil fucking war. We don't need another world war. Okay? We don't need to murder every fucking person in a certain location. We just need to let it go. Free energy. No more fossil fuels. We can convert fossil fuels into plastic. We can give everyone 3D printers. We can streamline 3D printer technology. Okay? We can give everybody the means to make whatever they need. The world over. This is stupid individualistic bullshit. We shouldn't even be having this conversation this late in the game. Okay? If you want to work, work. But it's on your own free will. You shouldn't be obligated to go fucking go into survival mode this day and age. When we have a solar and electricity. We have atmospheric water generators. We can build vertical crops. Right? We can recycle plastic like this too. Turn it into PLA. Or PET, whatever it is. Like, there's... everything I speak to exists. And if we started doing it more, started putting more energy, more money, more people, more time into these things, we will see exponential returns for the entire species. And I don't care what you look like. White, yellow, black, brown. Doesn't matter. We're all the same. We breathe air, we think, we dream, we sleep, we eat, we fuck. We want something to do. 10 billion people on this planet. We need to rise above this shit real quick because it ain't all human. Old technology. Millions, maybe billions of years old. How far would evolution take them then? Or they even exist in the physical dimension anymore, right? You guys can't even fathom these thoughts, and this is all I get all the time, 24/7, and I'm wasted. I'm wasted on this place. Because all you people want is conflict. Maybe we could just do this. Try it out for a few years. I don't know. Can we just do what I'm saying, guys? Please, can we just give it a shot? Sure would be awesome, right? And it has to be from the top down. Everybody needs to serve their country. We need to start reining in these fucking billionaires, dude. We'll have a trillionaire before we have fucking end homelessness. Are you kidding me? $1,000 billion? Are you fucking kidding me? This made up fucking money. This guy found a way to extract that much money from you idiots. Where is he getting his money from? He's a fucking racist piece of shit, right? He's up there giving Zig Hails and shit. And somehow we're gonna make a guy a trillionaire because we privatized NASA. Things that should have stayed within the government got privatized, and cat's out of the bag at that point. No one's keeping tabs on any of this shit. All the knowledge is out there. This is absolutely fucking retarded. What's happening out in this world? When do the people fucking realize that they are getting fucked? Even the ones that think they're doing well, man, they're getting fucked too. It's like this thing it doesn't care for us as people. It doesn't like us because we're not advanced like they are. And what I mean by advanced, it's just like we don't have the mental foresight to unite as a species to see how fucked we're being to each other. World peace, guys. And in the last 3 generations, we've come this far. If we pivot right now for world peace and connect at that level, we connect by agreeing that we're all touching the same thing right now called Earth, breathing the same air, drinking the same water, eating the same food. Everyone's got a version of the sandwich or a burrito, and they're, right? Meat, cheese, veggie, and flour. Like, everyone's got a version of that. if we can't start seeing common ground, guys, it goes so bad. And all the rats think they're going to survive, but they're not. Because someone's been keeping up on you guys. They've been keeping tabs. All those missing bodies, right? All those souls. All that energy doesn't go anywhere, guys. We are energy. Okay? Therefore we cannot not be energy. The soul, the consciousness, what is that? Where does it come from? I've seen things that you guys have never seen. And it's cool. There's a lot of crazy shit out there. Good crazy shit. I don't need to see any more fucking Florida men getting high on PCP and eating people's faces off. Okay. But this one, world peace. America can do certain things that would, well, we can become number one. No, it's not about number one. We can become one. United. E pluribus unum. Of many, one. And God we trust. Right? Who's God? Ra? Touch it. Just touched by the sun god. Right? Got a birthmark there. Someone put their hand on my shoulders as I was coming out. Have faith in people. We are learning to perceive the universe, guys. We gotta wake up because someone doesn't want us looking out there. We have to learn. We have to be knowledgeable. We have to have every card on the table. Because a type 1 civilization, all right, we can control all the energy coming from the planet. Type 2, we can control all the energy coming from the sun. Type 3, control all the energy in the galaxy. Now, with the Milky Way, who's to say there isn't already a type 3 in the Milky Way? And who's to say that once we popped those nukes 45 years ago, they became aware of us? And they've been here watching us. And we think that we can make a bunch of nukes and just launch them all at once and that something's going to happen. No. The scale of this, I can see these scales. All right? It's beyond. All right? They're not going to let us off ourselves. There are people here, though, that seem to seek death for others. Push and drive it. Twist it. You have to want to be up. And I think I'll leave it on that note, guys. World peace. Every day. If you see something that makes you think negative about another person, that's something fucking with your empathy. The best way we can go right now is just all understanding that right now, America wants something at the top, all right? Whatever has given us that power wants us to not come close to it. And I'll be damned if I don't get some in my chariot. Maybe that's what I was supposed to be doing this whole time, guys. We'll see. Stay tuned, because, well, we might just be going live in the middle of nowhere, and you guys get to see E.T. And that's the thing. First contact between aliens race, okay? Turns out it's like an extraterrestrial. Does that mean like outside of Earth? I feel like that means from within Earth. If the Greys are here, right? Supposedly those little big-eyed guys are drones, which means their central hub is going to be an AI. Not an AI. It's not artificial. If I had to be honest, it would be a collective intelligence. Something that, I mean, if it's like BlackRock, okay? Like 2001 Space Odyssey, 2010. We exist to the point to where We could upload our entire consciousness, collective consciousness, into a singular crystal that never loses energy, never loses data. All right. Could be the moon. Things get really fucking weird all over the place. And it's cool to have truth and knowledge about it. That's how we evolve. That's how we become the next thing. I mean, if you really think we're going to fill up a fucking rocket and blast off into another fucking star system, you're fucking retarded. Okay? Voyager's been going full steam for a long time. It's traveling really quick. I think it's like 30,000 miles an hour or some shit like that. And it's not even outside the Oort cloud. Alright? Not to mention what happens when it gets to that point. Man, it just fucking pops like a bug. Because there's so much energy at that point. Wow. It keeps going and going and going and going. The more I look. There's always a bigger fish. Okay, the great filter. What is that? Well, dark forest theory. There's life out there, but we can't see it because something else is out there eating everything that's visible. Right? The great filter. Sentient species wiping themselves out, or being wiped out, or not surviving, not working together. We have to work together, and we do. I mean, the money thing is all right, but dude, when they control everything, there's no opportunity for people to blow up. Okay, it's a controlled rigged market, and they don't want anyone else to succeed but them. But it's stupid. You know, all the good ideas that we have, all the technology, all the patents, all right, held behind closed doors, does nothing. Okay, all we're doing right now is it's the same fucking retarded bullshit of just like, oh, let's build weapons to kill each other, rinse and repeat. Like, okay, we're at the point where we can evolve above that, and that's what needs to happen. We've come too far for this shit, and I know they defunded education, made a bunch of people dumb as rocks out there now, but we can save it. It's up to us. I mean, I know how it's going to happen if we don't do it voluntarily. It will be done for us, and we will be united. You guys got to learn somewhere or another, all right? The species need to be humbled, does it? Or can we just be intelligent? I mean, I see how it goes. If you guys want that. It's a lot easier to listen to me right now than it is to not let things slide the way they're going to slide. We could, at any point, be avoiding mass casualties, pain, destruction, devastation. At any point. We just have to say, hey, we've had enough of this shit. I'm tired of seeing my loved ones die. I'm tired of seeing my friends kill themselves. I'm tired of seeing people suffer in general. Because I know I am. Aren't you guys? Aren't you guys tired of this? Don't you want something better to happen? Don't you want life to occur? Like, in a better way? It's not all fairy tales out there. It's a lot of pain, a lot of violence, a lot of terrible fucking people. South America, dude. A lot of terrible people in the South United States. You know? There's a lot of terrible people in the northern United States. There's a lot of poor people, a lot of hurt people, a lot of uneducated people. A lot of people that sit by and just watch from their ivory towers as everything burns below them. They don't give two shits about you. We don't give two shits. Like, do we care about, like, we have to develop, like, care for yourself and then care for each other. They have to be equal. You can't put profits above people. You got to put people at the same. Me, people. Money is down here. Money isn't supposed to be like that noose around the neck. People need to eat. The food needs to be affordable. Okay, why are we sending crops overseas? All right? How much does that cost? Why don't we just have people grow shit, you know, over locally? We can grow things anywhere, guys. We can build underground fucking huge warehouses, all right, grow rooms and stuff like that. We don't need this crazy amount of fucking transportation going on, running on oil, polluting our fucking oceans, because that's what it is. All this shit that we've developed, that's just killing our fucking planet. Plankton's dying off. The Starlink is cooking the bees. All right. Without bees, we got no pollination. Without pollination, we have no fucking plants. Wow. And the guy who's doing that's set to be the trillionaire. Are you fucking kidding me, guys? See the pattern. Wake up, see the pattern. They're gonna cook you guys alive. It's the devil, right? Devil's in the details. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And on that note, I'll talk to you next time. Shaddo out.
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.